we are going to study what is random process. A random process is a collection of random variables x of xt, s comma t, that are the function of real variable, namely t, where s element capital S, which is called as sample space, and t element capital T, which is called as parameter set or index t. Now we are looking to what is sample space or state space. State space, the set of all possible values of any individual member of a random process is called as state space. Now we are moving to the classification of random process. A random process can be classified into four types. First one, discrete random sequence. Second one, discrete random process. And the third one, continuous random sequence. And fourth one, continuous random process. A random process is defined for two variables s and t. If s and t both are discrete, then the random process is called as discrete random sequence. And if s is discrete and t is continuous, then the random process is called as discrete random sequence. If s is continuous and t is discrete, the random process is called as continuous random sequence. If both s and t are continuous, then the random process is called as continuous random process. Now we are looking some examples of random process. Discrete random sequence. Example for discrete random sequence. If xn represents the outcome of nth tosses of a coin in xn where n greater than or equal to 1 is a discrete random sequence. Discrete random process. If x of t represents the number of telephone calls received in an interval 0 to t. Next, continuous random sequence. xn represents the temperature at the end of nth hour of a day, then xn 1 less than or equal to n less than or equal to 24 is a continuous random sequence. Next, continuous random process. X of t represents the maximum temperature at a place in an interval in an interval 0 to t. The probability distribution and density function of a random process. The probability distribution function of a random process are of Rp. X of t is defined as capital F of x t is equal to probability of x of t less than or equal to x for any real number x, and its probability density function is defined as its derivative of capital F of x of t, which is also called as first order probability density function. Next, joint probability distribution. For any two random processes xg1 and xg2 at a two time instance t1 and t2, its joint distribution function is defined as capital F of x x1 x2 t1 t2 is equal to probability of xt1 less than or equal to x1 comma xt2 less than or equal to x2. Joint probability distribution function. For any two random process xt1 and xt2 at a two time instance t1 and t2, its joint distribution function can be defined as capital F of x x1 x2 t1 t2, which is equal to probability of xt1 less than or equal to x1 comma xt2 less than or equal to x2, and its joint probability density function is the second order derivative of capital F of x, that is small f of x x1 x2 t1 t2 is equal to dou square by dou x1 into dou x2 into capital F of x1 x2 t1 t2. Now we can extend this to n random process. The nth order probability distribution function is capital F of x x1 x2 etc up to xn t1 t2 etc up to tn, that is equal to p of x t1 less than or equal to x1, p of x t2 less than or equal to x2 etc. up to x tn less than or equal to xn, and its nth order joint probability density function is defined as small f of x x1 x2 etc. up to xn is equal to dou raised to n by dou x1 dou x2 etc. up to dou xn capital F of x1 x2 xn t1 t2 etc. up to tn. Next we are moving on to stationarity. A random process is said to be a stationary random process if a time shift does not change its statistical properties. Stationarity of order 1. A random process is said to be stationary to order 1 if the first order density defined for all random variables for the process are same, that is f of xt is equal to f of xt plus delta should be true for any value of t. Next, statistical properties of a random process. Statistical properties are defined as mean and variance, autocorrelation. Mean, variance, and autocorrelation. Mean is equal to expectation of x of t, that is equal to summation over x of x is equal to 0 to infinity x into p of x of t is equal to x if x of t is a discrete random process, or integral over minus infinity to infinity x f of x of t dx if x of t is a continuous process. Variance is v of x of t is equal to expectation x square t minus e of x square t minus e of x t the whole square. Next is autocorrelation of a random process. Let x of t1 and t2 be two random processes at a time instance t1 and t2, where t2 minus t1 is equal to tau. Autocorrelation is defined as rxx of t1 t2, which is equal to expectation of x t1 into x t2, which is equal to integral over minus infinity to infinity double integral over, it's a double integral because we are considering two variables. The integral over minus infinity to infinity x1 x2 f of x1 x2 t1 minus t2 dx1 and into dx2, that is, which is equal to, it can be written as rxx of t1 minus t2 or rxx of tau. Friction stationary process or triple S process. A random process is a Strickson stationary process if its statistical properties do not change with the time, that is expectation of x of t is equal to a constant and v of x of t is equal to a constant and etc. That is mean is equal to a constant, variance is equal to a constant, or any, if we take any statistical properties, it will remain constant. Next, Poisson stationary process or WSS process. A random process is said to be a Poisson stationary process if expectation of x of t is equal to a constant, that is mean is equal to a constant, and rxx of t1 t2, that is expectation of x of t1 into expectation of x of t1 into x of t2, which is equal to rxx of t1 minus t2, or it's a function of tau, that is autocorrelation is a function of t1 minus time difference t1 minus t2 or a function of tau. Now we are moving on to a problem. Consider a random process x of t is equal to cos t plus phi, where phi is a random variable with a density function f of phi is equal to 1 by pi, which is equal to in the interval minus pi by 2 less than or equal to phi less than or equal to pi by 2. Check whether the process is stationary or not. Now consider the function. We have given the function x of t, given x of t is equal to cos t plus phi, which is a random process. And one more condition is given. Phi is a random variable with PDF f of phi is equal to pi by 2 minus pi less than or equal to phi less than or equal to pi by 2 or 0 elsewhere. Now we have to check whether the random process is stationary or not. For that, we'll have to consider its mean. We'll have to find its mean. Expectation of x of t. Expectation of x of t is equal to integral over x of t into f of phi d phi. In this variable, phi is a random variable, so we'll have to consider its density function f of phi. That is, we have given an interval minus pi by 2 x of t. X of t is given as cos t plus phi, and f of phi is here. F of phi is pi by 2 d phi. Here pi by 2 is a constant, we can take it outside. Integral minus pi by 2 to pi cos t plus phi d phi. Integral of cos t plus phi is equal to sin t plus phi. That is pi by 2 integral minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 cos t plus phi d phi, which is equal to pi by 2 sin t plus phi from the interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. That is sin pi by 2 into sin pi by 2 pi by 2 into sin t plus pi by 2. Upper limit is pi by 2 and lower limit is minus pi by 2. Sin t minus pi by 2. One by pi into this function we can written as sin pi by 2 plus t and minus sin minus of pi by 2 minus t. Sin minus theta is equal to minus sin theta, so that 1 by pi sin pi by 2 plus t minus of minus sin pi by 2 minus t, that is equal to 1 by pi sin pi by 2 plus t plus sine pi by 2 minus t. Sine pi by 2 plus t is equal to cos t plus sine pi by 2 minus t is also cos t, that is equal to 2 1 by pi into 2 cos t, which is 2 by pi cos t, which is not equal to a constant. Therefore, x of t is not a stationary process. In earlier definition we have studied, if a random process is a stationary process, its all its statistical properties are constant. Here first condition is also violated. So you have to decide. So we can found that x of t is not a stationary process. Consider the random process. X of t is equal to cos omega naught t plus t theta, where theta is uniformly distributed in the interval minus pi to pi. Check whether x of t is stationary or not. Find the first and the second order moments of the process. Now we have given the random process x of t, that is equal to cos omega naught t plus theta, and one more condition is given. Theta follows uniform distribution in the interval minus pi to pi. We know that the probability density function of an uniform distribution in the interval a to b, u a b, is equal to f of, if x follows uab, then f of x is equal to 1 by b minus a in the interval a less than x less than b, or 0 elsewhere. By using this condition, or by using this formula, we can find the probability density function of the theta. If theta follows uniform distribution in the interval minus pi to pi, then f of theta is equal to 1 by pi minus pi if minus pi less than theta less than pi, or 0 elsewhere. Sine pi plus theta, we know that sine pi plus theta is equal to u1. Sine pi plus theta, we know that sine pi plus theta is equal to minus sine theta, and then 1 by 2 pi into sine pi plus omega naught t is equal to minus sine omega naught t, and sine pi minus omega naught t is equal to minus sine omega naught t, which is equal to 1 by 2 pi minus sine omega naught t plus sine omega naught t, that is equal to 0, which is equal to a constant. Now we will have to find the second order moment. Second order moment is expectation of x square t. Expectation of x square t is equal to e of x of t is cos omega naught theta, omega naught t plus theta, that is cos square omega naught t plus theta, which is, we know that cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta divided by 2, that is expectation of cos square omega naught t plus theta is equal to 1 plus cos 2 omega naught t plus theta divided by 2, that is expectation of 1 by 2 plus cos 2 omega naught t plus theta divided by 2, that is expectation of 1 by 2 plus expectation of cos 2 omega naught t plus theta, the whole term divided by 2. We know that expectation of, by properties of expectation, we know that expectation of a plus b is equal to expectation of a plus expectation of b. By using this property, we can write expectation of 1 by 2 plus cos 2 omega naught t plus theta divided by 2 can be written as expectation of 1 by 2 plus expectation of cos 2 omega naught t plus theta divided by 2. Expectation of a constant is equal to a constant. So expectation of 1 by 2, we can put it in a box. Expectation of 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 plus expectation, again 1 by 2 can be taken outside. We can write expectation of cos 2 omega naught t plus theta, that is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 into expectation of cos 2 omega t plus theta can be written as integral minus pi to pi cos 2 omega naught t plus theta into f of theta d theta. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 integral minus pi by 2 to pi, minus pi to pi cos 2 omega t plus theta into 1 by 2 pi d theta, that is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 pi integral minus pi to pi cos 2 omega naught t plus theta d theta. Integration of cos 2 plus 2 omega naught to omega naught plus theta d theta can be written as 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 pi integral minus pi to pi cos 2 omega naught t plus 2 theta d theta, that is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 pi integral minus pi to pi consider a random process x of t. Consider a random process x of t at two different instance T1 and T2, where T2 is equal to T1 plus C. Now consider the expectation of xt1. Expectation of xt1 is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x t1 dx is equal to next expectation of x of t2 is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x t2 dx, which is equal to, we know that t2 is equal to t1 plus c. Then e of x of t can be, x of t2 can be written as integral minus infinity to infinity x into x t1 plus c dx is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x t1. Therefore, similarly we can written as x of t is first order stationary, which is equal to expectation of xt1. Since e of x t1 is equal to e of x t2, its value must be a constant.